What's up guys, Tommy Bowyer here from Movie Rewind, and today we will be reviewing Iron Man 3. So without further ado, let's get...
Hey, what is going on guys? My name is Matthew Charlton from Movie Rewind, and now I would just like to make this video to tell you that I have now taken control of the channel, which this is going to be absolutely brilliant for content in the future. Now you might be wondering, how have I taken control of the channel? Well, I may have done some illegal moves where I now became the majority shareholder of Movie Rewind only by 51%, but that extra 1% means I have the majority vote in terms of board decisions, and now me and the board, what can I say, me and the board, I am the board now, have decided to vote out Tommy Bowyer based off his lack of leadership. That's what we're going with. Lack of leadership, yes. Come to my attention now that Tommy Bowyer, in the leadership role of the channel, has failed you all. What am I talking about? Well, his content has gone downhill, catering more to the old grannies and old people of the Casualty fan base, opposed to the sketches and the movie reviews and Beefcake. Don't get me started on Harry Street's Beefcake. Awful. So, as I've now resumed control, we're going to be scrapping Casualty reviews because no one watches them, they get barely any views anyway. And we're going to be focusing on more sketches. We're going to be making more sketches, more movie reviews. I'm finally getting rid of Tommy and his boring movie reviews, and I've got a new host. I've elevated the host position of Movie Rewind. It's not just going to be me, but the person who is doing the movie reviews from now on is going to be Ryan Beefcake Flack. He's going to bring, this is an exciting opportunity, Ryan Beefcake Flack, do movie reviews, it's going to be great. And now I know people have said that Beefcake has been sidelined, but now he's going to be having a major role on the channel. He's going to be the face of the channel. Tommy, he's gone, he's old news. Ryan Flack, he's the new star of the channel now. But Tommy's leadership has failed dramatically. He has been taking influence from the evil fake news media, such as that Gaio and that Aaron fella. The fake news media controlling Movie Rewind from within. We can't have that now. We've decided to call out the fake news media, and they're banned. We're banning everything. We're destroying the group chat. We're making a new one where it's just Ryan and me and all the fans. So just Ryan and me. I mean, we have just seen that videos such as the Christmas special, the election campaign, absolutely terrible, an absolute mess. I mean, Tommy has sidelined so many people. That other person who used to have has been resorted to cameos. I can't quite remember his name, but he only gets an occasional cameo and appears in some of the sketches. In fact, I think Tommy uses slave labour for his bigger project videos. In fact, he hasn't even paid me for the cooking show. He offered me 2 chocolate oranges. I've got fuck all. If anything, I only got a Toblerone. That's the only thing I've got. I was promised a chocolate orange, and I still didn't get that. Bastard. So without further ado, welcome to a brilliant future for Movie Rewind, and, well, let's get into it, shall we?
So in terms of the character development, I really enjoy that they go for a more troubled and complex Iron Man in this film rather than the previous 2 Iron Man films. I like that Robert Downey Jr. has the ability to show an Iron Man who is suffering from PTSD after the events of the first Avengers film, and I think he handles it really well. So the character development is going to get an 8 out of 10 because I really like that they go for a different route with the Iron Man character that hadn't been explored before. The performances as the previous 2 Iron Man films are really strong. Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow share great chemistry on screen. Don Cheadle does have a little bit less screen time in this film than he did in the second one. However, he still does a good performance as War Machine. As for the villains, better than Ironmonger and Whiplash in the previous 2 Iron Man films. Guy Pearce delivers a really arrogant performance as Aldrich Killian, and I actually think it works really well. It makes him a villain to remember. And Ben Kingsley, yes, I know a lot of people are upset that it turns out the Mandarin is fake in this film. However, especially in the recorded footage, Ben Kingsley is very threatening as the Mandarin. So the performances I am going to give an 8 out of 10 because I think they're really strong, and the villain performances especially are a lot better than the previous two films. The effects are also really strong. They're the best in the Iron Man trilogy. The suit looks a lot better in this film. And that's not to say it didn't look bad in the previous films. However, it really does look real. It doesn't look like it's made out of CGI. So they did a great job on that. Of course, the effects were used on the villains as well. I thought was really strong. And honestly, these effects are really strong CGI effects. They're really above and beyond what was done in the previous two films. So the effects get to 9 out of 10 because I can't really fault them. Now, the story and writing is a mixed bag in my personal opinion. I like the storyline about Iron Man suffering from PTSD and the fact that it's for quite a section of the movie it's just Tony Stark. He doesn't have the Iron Man suit because it's not operational, and I like that to kind of make the fact that he is something without the suit. He's not just the suit. He has a lot of powers without using the Iron Man suit. As previously stated, the Mandarin, who is this big terrorist, turns out to be fake. And I can understand that upsets quite a lot of Iron Man fans. For me personally, I think it's a pretty good twist. I did not see it coming when I saw the film. So it is a good twist. Does it ruin the character? Kind of. However, I personally think that Aldrich Killian is a good villain, so it doesn't really matter to me too much. I just see it as a good twist which no one saw coming. So I'm going to give the story and writing a 7 out of 10 because I think if you're an Iron Man fan, then you'll be more upset with the story than if you're not a massive fan of Iron Man. Now, as for this film's special recognition, I'm going to talk about the director, Shane Black. Personally speaking, Jon Favreau was a great director on the first Iron Man. However, I think Shane Black did a really good job with Iron Man 3. It's a very different style and tone to the previous two Iron Man films, which is not a bad thing. A sequel should be different, that's why it's made. And personally, I like that Iron Man 3 is not as bloated as Iron Man 2 was. It's not trying to set up the Avengers. It's its own self-contained film, and I really enjoy this film. It's not great, no, it's not one of the strongest MCU films. However, it's nowhere near the weakest. So I'm going to give the special recognition a 7 out of 10 because Shane Black was a good director and he delivers something very different in style and tone with Iron Man 3. So in conclusion, Iron Man 3 really does round off the Iron Man films on a high note. I like that they go for showing Iron Man with a more vulnerable side in this movie because he was very confident in the previous two films, so it's good to see him a bit more vulnerable. I think that the villains are the best in the Iron Man trilogy, and Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow are still brilliant on screen together, and I think it's their relationship which carries the film, and that's why Iron Man 3 gets a very well deserved 39 out of 50, which gives it a grade 2 ranking. Honestly, I really enjoyed this film. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope that you enjoyed my Iron Man 3 movie review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in order to receive great and maybe even improved quality content in the future, and I will see you in another one. See ya!
I have to go, really sorry, I've got to go and have dinner, but